Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Buff Breakdown. Yeah, I got more work, but so be it. On this lovely Sunday, we have a buff to Alter Ego Kiara. Maybe not the biggest surprise ever, because they just gave her the animation update as well, as she is kind of, important in the OC3 story chapter. So now they buffed her third skill, and with this, everything she has been buffed. All her skills and her MP. So let us see what we are working with here. So before the buff, on a 6-turn cooldown, the third skill gave her 1 turn of invul, 50% crit damage for 1 turn, 50% MP gain for 1 turn, 50% debuff rest for 1 turn, and 50% healing for 1 turn. And also there was a demerit of her doing 3000 damage to herself, which cannot kill her though. But yeah, it was a demerit, I suppose. But honestly, ever since they buffed her MP as well, which also increased the healing from the MP by a really high amount, this demerit was never anything anyway after that. She already on base MP, I believe, already healed enough to just fully, remove this demerit from being any, bad stuff. So it was already kind of fine, but with that, the skill was all right. It was a fairly good invul skill, I suppose. But yeah, let's see what they changed. So first of all, the cooldown is the same. The first 3 effects remain the same. Actually, first 5 effects. They did remove the demerit first of all. So the minus 3k HP is gone. So she doesn't damage herself anymore. Again, it wasn't really even that big of a deal. I feel like they could have kept it in, but, sure, make it better. Okay. And now we get 3 new lines as well, because wow. First of all your allies get 30% anti-good alignment power mod for 3 turns. Pretty cool. Yeah, that's a nice one. A lot of servants are, of course, in that. Now, all your allies also get a spread 20% battery. Yay. And then that's not all. All allies also receive overcharge boost for 1 step by 1 time 3 turns. Wow, that's a lot of lines for 1 skill on a 6-turn cooldown, huh? Now, granted, all the old effects are still 1 turn each. They didn't change that, but yeah, that is, wow, that is a skill and a half now. Oh my god. It's like, this 1 skill alone does more than some entire servant kits, which is pretty amusing when you think about it. Now, the battery is always going to be useful, of course, and the good alignment damage is helpful because the one kind of drawback that OG Alter Ego Kiara had, that her damage was never really amazing, even post MP buff, because she didn't really have that many, things in her kit that actually increased her damage. And obviously Alter Ego, even when hitting good affinity, if it's not like Berserker or Pretender, I believe, and also, actually no, the other way around, hitting Foreigner, her damage was only 1.5x against Cavalry, right? So it wasn't still the best case scenario either. But with this, at least now, against good alignment servants, she'll be hitting a bit more damage. It's still not the biggest power and whatever. It's 30%. It's not like 50 because it's, it's an AoE buff, so they didn't really want to make it too broken. But, it's nice. It helps. Now, the overcharge thing is interesting. I love that it's flexible, that it's a 1-time 3-turn buff instead of like, 1-time 1 turn like some of them are, unfortunately. So it does have longevity. Now, for herself, the overcharge is not the best effect ever because it only makes her... It changes, her only OC is the healing, so it goes from a 5k heal to a 6.2k heal-ish, which not really even that big of a thing. And now that the skill doesn't even damage her anymore, it doesn't really do like almost anything for her, So there's that. But remember, it is AoE though, so it applies to your teammates as well. And yeah, Kiara is an arch servant. So the first thing that immediately comes to mind, obviously, is Castoria, who has the best overcharge in the game. Now, again, even if you don't MP with Castoria on the same turn, even though usually you kind of want to chain MPs, of course, to get more special invul stacks, this is still nice because it lasts for 3 turns, like I said, so you'll get more boost later on as well, which is awesome. And of course, the MP battery, of course, is very great for your supports and or, DPS as well. So the bottom line here is, for farming, this can help a little bit. I think her refund was already good enough, so the battery was not really needed there. But, sometimes when you hit this good alignment, against sub-servants, because, farming can have good alignment servants in them mixed in, so it can help. But it's mostly there for bosses, this buff. a small boost to farming potentially, but really makes bosses way better. Honestly, with this, I feel like she can actually have we might have a new variant of an immortal team again. I would not be surprised at all. There's a lot of good stuff she otherwise provides for the team, including an AoE tick down from all enemies and a full buff strip as well, which is, both of those are huge for utility. Very, very good. So there's already a lot of stuff that's there to like. Even if her damage might still not be like game breaking, this is still very good. And honestly, I think there will be an immortal team variant featuring Kiara now, which is awesome. So hey, more options for that team. We have a lot of servants for that now. Now on the alter ego tier list this year, we had her on a flat A, which I feel like was kind of fair. With this, I think she can easily be moved to A+. Maybe still holding off on that EX, because I don't think her damage will still really make the cut. Because again, she's not going to be the only one, that's an option for an immortal team. There's a lot of servants for that. But certainly, she looks, again, much better on bosses, which is, always a positive. Maybe EX, though. We'll see. We'll obviously revisit, once and if we do these tier lists again next year. But I'm feeling a very positive A+ on this. Definitely a servant that now does so much, just wrapped in one package. Very solid. So there you go. There's your Kiara buff. Just very strong. Again, now everything is buffed, and yeah, well, she is super solid. Who would have guessed? Nasu really likes his Kiara. So with that, I'm gonna wrap up this buff breakdown. But hey, if you enjoyed this video, do be a real solid and press the thumbs up button on it. It really helps out. Also, do subscribe not to miss out on future videos, because it seems like they're back to buffing a lot of servants. So maybe even something next week at, I'm doing birthday rolls probably, etc. Because my birthday is on Tuesday. So also tune into that stream if you can. Come say hi maybe. Yeah. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Also, shout out to my patrons on the screen right now, and Suit for being a big YouTube member. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.